Hey guys, welcome back to MORDOOM MCserver reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing FadeCloud. But before I get into that, I'm going to be giving you a little update on Element Skyblock, which I reviewed in the first and my most recent video. And in that time, since I've reviewed that, they have not only updated to 1.8, but they have also added crates. One thing I'm pretty sure I forgot to tell you about Element Skyblock is that it is an OP Skyblock, so you should probably not make series about it, because I've found that making series on YouTube on OP servers, it gets a little dull and boring pretty fast. So I'm actually a really big fan of Jezza and Whitelight. I don't know if they're watching this, probably not, but there's a shout out to those guys for never making it easy on Skyblock. So before I get into FadeCloud, there's another thing I want to tell you. FadeCloud, it's a network, not one server, so if I did the whole network in one session, it could take hours. So I'm not going to be able to do the whole thing. I'm just going to select one server. I'm just going to click this, and I'm going to get into it. Here you can see their spawn. Spawn is actually really nice. Spawn has a whole bunch of features. You can just goof off and do whatever. A feature that I haven't seen on any other thing. There's two different versions of the hub. They recently changed that. Before it was used to be 2 slime blocks. And there's a teleport bow. Teleport bow isn't a unique feature. Obviously, they didn't come up with that, but that's pretty nice. I can almost never get it in one shot. Yeah, just if you were to double jump if you were trying to get fly activated, it just boosts you forward. This spawn is actually really well built. Even I've never even seen anything quite like this. I really like how they fused the clay to the wood that actually works in a way that you wouldn't think that it works, but it does. It does. And without further ado, I'm going to be going into prison. And here I am, as you can see. I'm actually one of the advanced levels. As you can see, I can do /ranks, and these are all the ranks that you get. You start off as A rank, and you just work your way all the way through the letters of the alphabet until you get to Z, and then you get to these ranks. At this point, I believe it's at Mercedes. You start yeah, the cost is a whole trillion, which, even though this is an OP prison, is not easy to get unless you just go AFK for like a whole day and just collect AFK drop party crates. And as before, I'm going to keep to my process of going over the goods and the bads. And for that, I'm going to going to the shop warp, which is the last warp that I'm aware of that it takes you to the original spawn. They recently added a new spawn, so that makes things a little tough. So I'm gonna be starting with the good. Starting off, we have picks. As you can see, OP prison. I don't know if you saw, but when I was in the ignition mine, which is where I started off this video in, there was a guy mining, and as you could see, there was explosives going. That's the explosion enchantment, which is something that I've only ever seen here. And if you look at my own pick, everything is at 300, and it's pretty cool. I can go back to ignition, mine a little bit, just to show you guys. Explosion enchantment. It's pretty nice. I do have one pick that's higher, but I don't use it because I'm still cultivating it. And then just do /cell ignition. You have a /cell command with every rank that you get, so that's pretty good. So as you can see, there are these signs right here. And another thing that you should know about this everybody automatically has fly. So, and yeah, it's an OP present, and as you can see, mines like this, they don't have ladders, so it's actually pretty nice. Back to the signs. There's a sell sign right here. Go back down there. Oops. And drop my pick. There it is. Go down here, mine some of this, and that's where there's 2 sell all signs, but I'll just click that, and as you can see, that happens. You can save time by just mining and then using the sell command. It's a lot faster. Now, and as you can see, this has 300, and you obviously don't start with this. So I'm going to be doing /warp shop. See if that guy is still there. No, yeah, there's one guy. And I'm going to be showing you the fade starter, which is what you start off with. You also get one every day. I'm going to do /kit starter, and voila, fade starter. This has level 30 for everything so far, and then there's level 10 for explosion. You can cultivate these using tokens, which are for enchantments. Each enchant I'll just show you the enchantment table, but I'm just going to give this fade starter to that guy because I don't want it. This is pretty cool. You make money really easy, especially millions of dollars. Each block in the shop only costs $1 million, so even though there's like all of these zeros, it only costs $1 million each. And when you want to buy something, they have all of these options so you can buy a stack instead of just going over and over and over and over and over. And as some of you may have noticed, you can see this little box right here. I had to switch to non-Java Minecraft, which kind of messed with EasyVid, but it's fine. It's fine. Just try to ignore that. Next on the list we have levels. Levels are always pretty good. And by levels, I of course mean not player levels, but these levels. I don't know, I'm just going to go ahead and show you that one pick that I was talking about. Here it is. The unbreaking is maxed out at 350, but to give you some perspective as to how much unbreaking that really is, you would probably be having to mine for around 2 months to break this pick. Yeah, 2 months straight of solid mining to break that pick. And that's just my rough estimate. Honestly, it's just amazing. And I'm pretty sure that explosions don't harm the pick. That's just something that's true about it. God pickaxes. Somebody dropped this, and I was lucky enough to pick it up. Money enchantment. Money enchantment is actually worth 100 tokens. So of course I'm going to keep that. But next I'm going to be going to crates /warp crates. And as you can see, crates takes us to this warp. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a different crate sign on the first spawn. This is the new spawn, and it's actually pretty well built, but it does remind me of other spawns. Namely, it reminds me of the spawn at spix.se. There's a shout out to Spix, great server owner, and I guess I would consider him a friend, maybe. You get a daily crate, which is something that I don't see on every server. I just got 10 tokens. 90 more and I'll be able to get a money enchantment. You get a fade crate, which has to get a key from one of these. Daily crate, as you can see, you left click it and you get all of these options. These are just what it this is just the rewards table right now. So all this does is give you tokens, and if you're holding a token in your hand, this is what it looks like. Drop party crate, it gives you this stuff. Gives you a chance for all these tags. I have 3 out of the 4 tags, and sometimes it gets really annoying when I get multiple of the same tag, like this noob tag. Noob tag is what I'm using right now. It's my favorite. It's like testing. And as you can see, MORDOOM, I'm ignition, and I have noob. Oh, what the heck? But testing instead of testing, whatever. I don't care. It gives you the chance for tokens, gives you 10, 30, 50, or 70. I rarely ever get 70. And sometimes you get money. More often times than not, I get around the 50 billion. So that's always pretty cool. You vote. I vote all the time on this. So I really have no shortage of vote keys when I need them. As for Fade, everybody wants the Fade crate, because gives you just these entire, and when it says ranks, it doesn't mean it actually gives you the rank. It means that it gives you the stuff that you were to get if you were to have that rank and then use the kit. But it doesn't actually give you the rank. It basically just gives you the rank kit. All of these are donator ranks, and I'm going to be getting into that pretty soon. Gives you in the trillions. So 50 trillion, and that's 35% chance. That's pretty cool. 100 trillion. That's even more chance. I don't really understand that. So that's funny. It gives you the chance to have multiple keys, and as you can see, these are all 25%, so that's actually really good. And it gives you a chance to get all of these tags. Honestly, I don't really want the tags, if I ever did. I've only ever gotten one Fade crate key, and that's from a drop party crate key. As you can see, it's in the drop table, one Fade crate key. You may as well just go to shops. Like, I know /ph. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Further down on the list, we've got donations. /warp. /donate. No, that's not it either. Well, anyways, I'm not sure I can get to that screen yet. I've been playing on the server for only about a month. A month or two. But anyways, donators. When you donate to FadeCloud, it's the same thing as donating to all the servers. So there's always a perp on all servers for you, whether it be on Skyblock or factions. I have a good friend of mine, I guess, and his name is the Cat. He is the Cat. And I talk to him a lot. He donated on this server. And he plays on FadeCloud every so once in a while. He's more of a factions type guy. So that's always nice. And he gets a lot of perps. And then there's the fact that this is an OP prison. That's another good thing on my list. But for people who are trying to make a series on this, I highly recommend against it. As I said earlier in the video, I never really saw a point in making a series about an OP server because it's just too easy to do anything. So once again, I'm moving farther down the positive list, and I'm going to be going to plots. And rather than describe them, I'm just going to show you. /ph. I'm just going to be showing you my own plot. This is /ph MORDOOM /p space h space the name of the person you're trying to get to. You can go to anybody's plot unless they have denied you. And this is my shop. I decided a long time ago that I was going to have fun with this and just dig out this whole thing. Unfortunately, there is no world edit on here because this is not a creative server. I like these plots in general because, as you can see, the size is big enough that you can make whatever you want, but it's not so big like any other creative server that is just ridiculous and would cause a whole bunch of lag. You know, it's comfy. It's big enough even for a maze, and I think I'm just going to take you through my maze because I guess I like building mazes. It's pretty fun to just be below where my shop is. you have the option of making shops on this server, and it's pretty cool. Just seeing how many people actually want to support you. And really, I made my shop as a lure to make them go through my irritating maze. And really, it's not that hard. I've had people test it. Here's a shout out to that boy Rob, who I'm pretty sure tested it, as well as Caps Crunch. He calls himself Salt Solstice, so that's pretty cool. And where the heck am I going? Now I think I'm stuck. Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of embarrassing. Where am I? I don't know. Oh, I found my way. Yep, found my way. Alright. Yeah. So there's those two shout-outs. And still going through a maze. I'm not gonna pause the video or anything to like cheat, so you don't know where to go. Anyways, you can feel free to hop on here and go to just follow where I went and go through the maze. It's pretty cool, and it's actually really easy. As you can see, you retain fly when you're in here because that would be impossible to do really much of anything in the server with that fly. So as you can see, I sell God stuff. I sell MM gear, which MM, I'm pretty sure it's donator apparel. I sell Diamond, which is also, I'm pretty sure Diamond is donator apparel. I sell God, pretty much everything, including picks. By default, a God pick has 100% everything, but I have this. I've got this God pick thrown in here, and I've got another God pick, this one thrown in here. So anybody who's lucky enough to hit these, it will be really surprised. They're expecting to buy a regular God pick, and they get that. Anyways, I also have a OP block shop for 5 million, and then they can resell the iron to pretty much make money. So that's another thing that you can do at my shop. So, without further ado, and I've already told you about Fly, which is also on the list, and then I'm going to get now to my last point on the good list, which is Daddy Mew. And you're thinking, who the heck is Daddy Mew? I'm going to show you. And I just go to /warpstaff. As you can see, Daddy Mew is the owner of this server. Here's a shout out to Daddy Mew for making such a great server. Honestly, even though I'm not really good at sarcasm, I can assure you I am not being sarcastic at all. I actually really like this server. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of moderators. You don't really see moderators a whole lot, probably because even if they are talking, they just don't have the moderator prefix or the suffix. I don't know why, but it's just weird. So, as you can see, you can open up ender chests in other people's plots. Ender chests are pretty hard to get to because most people use the one at spawn, but at the new spawn, there aren't really any ender chests that I can see, or I just haven't found them yet. So if you don't do /warpshop to get back to the old spawn, then you'll probably have to come to somebody else's plot that does have one. I suggest going to this plot, which is pretty easy because it's /warpstaff, but then you could also go to /ph white gummy, and he's got a couple of ender chests on his plot. You just go into the circus tent sort of thing and drop down. I like how White Gummy, and here's a shout out to White Gummy, I like how he hooked up this pressure plates on the landing site to note block so it plays the Legend of Zelda Discovery theme. I actually really like that. That's a nice touch. And without further ado, I'm also going to stay here while I go check off the first item on the bad list. The first bad list is, and you may be thinking this is a little backwards, but it is staff. Staff seems to be a bad part of every server. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of staff. All these guys are moderators. All of these guys. And you rarely ever see them. As you can see, there's a guy right here. He has the owner suffix. He's not the owner. Just letting you know, he's not the owner. Yeah, so there's problems with that. This is another problem is language. Language, you are allowed to swear unless it's just that distracting and it's just like a profane machine gun. If you're just going off like that, you're probably going to be told to stop. But other than that, you can unrestrictedly swear all the time, and it's just horrible. Hey, look, there's White Gummy right there. White Gummy. And as you can see, this is the one that you want to go to. /ph:2 space White Gummy. Yay! Yeah, unrestricted swearing, and that's pretty bad. So really, this isn't a child-friendly server. If you are a parent and you want to let your kid play Minecraft or get them their own Minecraft account, watch out for this server. Yeah, just watch out for this. Be a responsible parent and don't let them pick up any bad habits, because there are too many kids who have bad habits. Some other points of interest. New spawn. Oops. /spawn. I can't really see what the command I'm doing, so I can't really see if I'm typing because of this stupid box right here. Again, had to switch to Java-less Minecraft because Java update was being stupid and something about it wasn't letting me get on regular Minecraft launcher. So, yeah. So that happened, and I told you I was going to be showing you the enchantment wall. You can get to here at /warpenchant. And as you can see, they fixed this. This money used to be 10 tokens instead of 100. When they first built that, obviously somebody reported it. And you got speed and haste, which are pretty much the same thing, I guess, for 200. I haven't actually tested those out yet, so I'm just waiting to max out my pick with explosion, fortune, and efficiency. I've already got them breaking, which is maxed out at 350. So, and now when I guess reflection time, that's the end of the list, positive and negative. You can go to /hell warp help. There's not much here, as it is this new spawn. I'm pretty sure you can see, they're still adding stuff to it. They may or may not add ender chests to this, but that's sort of irrelevant. And yeah, my opinion is that even though this is not really child friendly, I'm not a child, obviously, so that doesn't really affect me and all that. But this is a pretty good server. You have a lot of freedom on here. It can be a little frustrating to get stuff like ender chests and fishing poles, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going to see if Warp Shop has the shop wall added in yet. No, it doesn't. But anyway, if you've noticed, there's no obsidian, there's no obsidian in the block shop at the old spawn, and you can't. I don't know where people are getting eye vendors. Probably from custom kits. I've never donated to this server, and I probably never will. That's just me. I may in the future, but for the future that I can see, I probably won't. So that about wraps it up. And feel free to like and subscribe on my channel. It's been about a month and a half since I've made my last review, so hopefully I'll be able to make a new review in less that time. I'm trying to space out my videos from 1 month and so. This is just around 1 month. So with that, I'm going to see you later.